Where do I begin? At the beginning, somewhere in the middle, somewhere at top, somewhere below, I don't know. Where do I begin? It's 2024. Another new year is upon us. Another new year that we reflect on the previous year, or sometimes previous years. Reflect on the stuff that we have and we haven't done, the things that we want to do, we think we're going to do, we wish to do, and reflect on whether or not we will actually get to do it. This is Manifest Mindset with Affirm, Form, Attract. If you're in this place right now, listen on. And I'm going to throw some tips your way on how to at least try and take those first few steps. So welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It has been almost 2 months since I posted a podcast. It has been a thing between time, new job, trying to fit everything in, and just being extremely tired. It was kind of like not impossible to get stuff done, but better planning and change of mindset. But in 2024, I'm looking to be a lot more consistent and do this podcast every week like I plan to do, because I really do enjoy it. I actually really do enjoy it. Every week that passes, like, oh my gosh, I haven't posted a video, or I haven't done a podcast, and then another week goes and another week goes, and you know how it goes. It kind of goes on and on and on. 2024 is upon us. And I don't know about you, but I never seem to be prepared for my 2024. I always say, I always try to give myself a month to kind of plan what I want to do, anything that's going to be new, anything that's old that needs to be chucked out. But for some reason, I never seem to get there. So I just accept that. So I don't beat myself up about it. I just say, right, as I'm doing the things I know I need to do, because there's always stuff that you need to do, whether it's exercise, getting up early, working on this or working on that, you can still get on with these things whilst you're planning, if you choose to plan out your year. So I always say to myself, okay, I'm not going to panic, I'm not going to be mad at myself, it's just a waste of time and energy, but I know there's things that I have to do, no matter how big or small, and the plan is to literally just get on with it, but make room, whether it's 20 minutes a day, an hour a day, to kind of find out where you want to go and how you're going to get there. Before I jump into it, I'll admit 2023 was from 2022 really to whole of 2023 was a roller coaster ride. It was more down than it was ups, but I have had some really good moments, and gratitude all the way. I still got a roof over my head, food in my stomach, clothes on my back, opportunity to earn some money, got a little job. So overall, if I'm honest, my 2023 sucked immensely. 2022 was the start of it really sucking, just the way it was. And yes, you do that, keeping affirmations, keeping positive. But there were elements where life was just always trying to just, get you down, beat you down. It happens. And what can happen is that, and what happened to me in the last few months was that I kept forgetting to take back control through manifestation and affirming. Instead, I was trying to take back control with the more physical, what can I do type of mindset and mentality. And it's all good and well because you need your mind to plan whatever you want to plan. But what was happening, I just kind of like the manifestation thing almost kind of like was coming out of my brain, out of my know-how to do. And I started living like I used to live, hoping and praying and wishing and, but just fighting against the tide basically to try and get to a different place. And it dawned on me that I was doing that, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. I was like, oh my gosh, I run an affirmation channel. I do manifestation. Why am I not affirming for change? Don't get me wrong. I always use affirmations, and it's always kind of running through my head, like here and there, but it was never consistent. And sometimes there will be a block where I would just literally just forget, basically. Just, you're so busy trying to make your life right or get back onto a path, let alone whether it's the right one or not, that all the stuff you should be doing kind of goes out the window. And that was happening to me for the past few months, but it kind of dawned on me I was doing that only a few weeks ago, because I was still like affirming for things and using my manifestation and stuff. But I think it was more like a backup. I was using it as opposed to it being the forefront of things. And as that was going on, it just found like I was in a better place than I was at the beginning of the year. And so things were a lot better. But at the same time, stuck in a kind of question mark. I don't know. And when you are in that type of place, it can just lead you to just fumble along on life until you find out or discover what you need to do to fix it. But when obstacles kind of fly away, not necessarily big obstacles, but ones that are more frustrating and annoying, another thing that you have to sort out, you find yourself kind of like quicksand, sinking deeper and deeper and deeper into a new path. And the path that you should be on is right above you, but you're on the same path, but like maybe 10 feet below, doing the things that you shouldn't be doing, instead of correcting the things that you can correct to get to where you want to go, which is affirming, manifesting, resetting yourself, taking a look back, taking a step back, taking a rest. And what happens, as we all do as humans, we try and say, okay, what can I do? What can I do to make my life just a little bit better, or to get to this next step? What can I do? And we try and list, we try to plan, and we research, we do whatever it is that we need to do to try and get us back there. And the more we do that, and especially when resistance comes along and obstacles comes along, is sometimes the more that we forget to tell ourselves that we are actually in control of our lives, and what we say goes. Regardless if we are affirming and still things coming our way, we are in control, and that where we need to go is there for us because we've seen it, we know it. But we just need to be patient with ourselves and just stick to the plan, which is just knowing that what is yours, what you want is already yours. Now, it's easy to find yourself in this kind of situation, and it is important that you keep telling yourself that you're getting out of it and you're doing the things that you need to do. There's always baby steps. You adapt, you try things out to find out what works. I understand that sometimes where you're just so far, I just don't know. that anything that you do will seem futile or just seem like, what's the point? We know the things that make you better. Like, for example, me, it's like, get my house in order. My house was decent. Now it's just kind of getting into a bit of chaos, and everything is piling up. All the things that I said I want to do, I'm not doing. I've just got this overwhelm of tiredness all the time. So everything is just kind of jumbled. And what happens sometimes is you look at your past, the last few months, whatever, and then sometimes you just think, well, nothing's changed. All my efforts, all what I'm doing, there's not any change. But obviously there's always change, and change doesn't always mean it's going to be visible to you straight away. It's all the little bits that you are doing is what that will help you get to where you want to go. There's all these steps, because we all know, before we see the big result, there's going to be lots of stuff that we do that just seems pointless because you're not seeing the results. Whether other people are the results, or you yourself being the result to get to whatever it is, it does seem pointless. So to try and overcome that is, number one, there's no magic pill. Number two, you may fail and fail and fail until you get it right, because it happens. There are times we just get out of bed and say, I'm so sick and tired of my own nonsense. I'm going to do this. And you get up, you go in front of the computer or whatever you do. And then sometimes that burst of energy literally lasts for about 10 seconds and then it's gone. No matter what way life presents itself to you, it is very important for you to make sure that you know that you can get there. If that's all the energy that you have, just keep saying, you will get there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. If you fall down and you stay down for 5 days, just keep telling yourself while you're there, I'm getting up. I'm getting up. Sometimes it would just watching a TV show or seeing a quote that might give you that spark. Not necessarily to motivate you, but just that you've hit that wall and you're so fed up that you would just literally kick yourself into gear, jump start yourself. This is a good time to take some time out and plan it on a piece of paper, plan it on an app. Take an aspect of your life that you want to change, you need to change. And if you're like me, I'm very busy. I have so many plates. It's unbelievable. And I enjoy having so many plates. And I believe I can manage my plates. But in the current state, sometimes I fall myself into, it's just like, ugh. Not because it's overwhelming or anything like that. It's usually something separate outside of it that affects the plates. And when you're like that, again, like I just said before, you sometimes just spiral. And it's a good time to take an aspect of your life, no matter how small, and try and make some change. Because sometimes making a small change can then hopefully lead you to making another small change. And then that will grow and feed some positivity back into your life and your mindset to then help you go after things that are slightly bigger. Yes, there is the danger of you doing the small steps, you're satisfied, and then your brain says, oh, well, that was nothing. You only washed the dishes, or you only tidied your room. You've got this, that to do. So what's the big whoop? And it's times like that we have to say to your brain, yeah, I know I've got these things to do, but right now this is a win for me. So whichever way life presents itself to you, you're gonna have to keep fighting. You're gonna find new ways. Take small steps, bigger steps, middle-sized steps. Make a list of things that you need to do. Make a list of things that will help you along to get to the next step. Now, I waffled on a bit long now. If you can hear the cat and my kitten, she's on heat. She's a baby, but she's on heat. She's making so much noise and annoying my other cat as well. So I'm gonna end this here, and I hope that you find if you resonate with what I said, you're not alone. I did say I was going to give some good advice, but this is just a little bit of advice just to get you started. I think I'll do another podcast after this, and I'll post that as well at some point, maybe even straight away. You never know, I might even get 2 podcasts at the same time. So I'm just going to leave it here, as I, kind of wing it when I talk, and I don't want to waffle on for too long. So enjoy the rest of your week.